Good morning, everybody. I'm just checking that you can see me because I can't actually see myself for some reason. I'm trying out a new Zoom way of doing things. I'm just checking if you can see me in the chat. Can you write yes if you can see me? And hopefully you can see the screen as well. Excellent. And can you see there should be a box so you can see my face in the box and then hopefully you can see the presentation at the same time. Can you just let me know if that's okay? Presentation is working. Great. I can see you at the very top. Okay. I'm hoping that you can also see the box with me moving around as well. Half of your face. Okay. I will stop sharing for a moment and try one more thing because this is how it goes. Let me go to share again. Let me go to presentation and maybe now you'll see my face because I can see Lexi and Wilfie rather than myself. So I'm wondering why that is. Let's try one more time. Sorry about this. Technical hitch, everybody. While you're waiting, if you can go and get your whiteboards and pens or piece of paper, that would be wonderful. And then we will get started. I'm going to try one more time. I think it's because I've got my sharing option set to something different. Let me try gallery. Aha, that's better. I prefer it when I can see myself because I know then what you can see. Okay, let's get started anyway. If there's any problems with not being able to see, just let me know in the chat. And if you're new here today, welcome to English in Nature. My name is Sarah. I've been a primary school teacher for about 18 years, quite a long time. And now I home educate my daughter, Grace, who is 5 years old. I'm just checking everyone can see. Wonderful. If you can see and hear me, give me a big wave. And occasionally, if we do something really exciting, I want you to give me a high five to the screen. Can you do like this? High five. And as we go along in today's class, there's going to be an opportunity to write in the chat box. So if you can see the chat on your screen, you can write maybe answers yes, no. Sometimes you can write high fives and numbers and all things like that. So if it's also your first time and you would like to continue the class after today, please just send me a message or an email and I'll let you know how you continue. So let's begin with today's class. Thank you so much for sending me your beautiful photos. I'm going to move my head out the way so you can have a look at them. Last week, we were making bee hotels. And I can see lots of people sent me their photographs. And I wanted to show you how amazing it was. If you've never made a bee hotel, then all you need is a cylinder shape. You can get rolled up pieces of paper, make them into tubes or tunnels, put them inside and put it outside in your garden. Even though it rained this week, my daughter put her bee hotel outside and we've already got a few little creatures. We haven't got bees yet. If you've got bees or if you've made a bee hotel, can you put yes inside the chat box? I can have a look. Oh, I see Lark said that she made one. Excellent. I can see Lark's bee hotel there. And somebody also sent me a picture of a dragonfly that landed in their garden. So again, if you join our community and you do anything outside, it might be the nature challenge that I set you, or it might just be that you've been out and about. Send me your photos and I can post them here for everyone to see. So I would like everyone to do a big stretch. Can you stretch like this? Stretch. We are in a new month. And it's a very exciting month. I wonder if you can get your whiteboard and pen, because at the end of today's class, you're going to show me your whiteboards. I'm going to get everyone to turn their videos on. You're going to show me what you've created here on your paper or on your board. If you want to do writing, great. If you want to do pictures, that's fine too. So let's try to write the date today or the month, the new month that we are in. It begins with a. Now, I'm not sure if you can actually see me now because my camera's gone a bit crazy. Can you let me know in the chat if you can't see my board? Hopefully you can see it. We're in a new month and it's the month of, it's not January, it's not February, it's not March, it's not April, it's not May, it is June. And do you think you could write June along with me? I'm just going to chat. People said they can't see me. Can see you? Right, hopefully you can see me now. Any more problems, just write in the chat. Hopefully you'll be able to see my big box. June. I'll stop sharing for a moment and then you should be able to see my face. Perfect. June. J or J or N E. June. If you're able to write it all by yourself, wonderful. And if you just want to do the first letter, that's completely fine as well. And June is my favourite. Well, it's beginning to be my favourite time of year because I love summer. If you love summer, then can you give me a big high five to the screen? Excellent. I can see lots of you also love summertime. Some people are saying they can see me. Someone said no, they can't. Hopefully you can now. I'm back here. So we're going to be learning today all about some plants. Now, these plants are very special plants. Or someone's put June is my grandma's birthday month. Wonderful. I'm going to show you a plant really close to the screen, and then I'm going to pull it away, and I want you to tell me which wild plant it is. Now, wild plants are plants that you see outside, but nobody has planted them. They're just plants that grow naturally, okay? So I'm going to turn off my screen for one moment, or you can close your eyes. And when I turn back on the screen, I want you to see if you can guess which wild plant is it. Are you ready? Okay. We're going to start with an easy one. Hopefully it's an easy one for you guys. Let's try this one. Okay, it's going to start really close. I'm going to move it back slowly, 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 slowly. Has anybody got a clue? Someone's already written daisy. Well done. It is a daisy. And actually, this is a different type of daisy. It's not your regular daisy. It's actually called an ox-eye daisy. Can you say it? Ox-eye daisy. And it's the ones that you might see when you're driving in your car and you go past on the motorway and you see them growing outside. This is an ox-eye daisy. Excellent. If you got it, then give yourself a big thumbs up. Okay, we're going to try number 2. I'm going to turn off my video again. Let's get the next one. This one might be a bit more tricky. Let's see. I'm going to start off really close. Any ideas? Any clues? What could it be? It's a leaf. Someone's put it's a leaf, yeah. What type of leaf do you think it is? Oh, someone already came up with the answer. Well done. It is actually an ivy. Ivy. If you got ivy, then give yourself a big thumbs up. And guess what just fell out of the ivy? I just found, whoops, I just found this was what fell out of the ivy. If I can show you to the screen. Do you see this tiny, tiny little spider? He's dead now, but he was inside the ivy. I went and collected this ivy this morning with my daughter. Wonderful. Okay, let's try one more. I'm going to turn off my video. Let's try this one. This is quite a tricky one. I wonder if you'll get it. Okay, let's try again. I'm going to start really close to the screen. Let's bring it back. Any idea what this is? You might see it growing in hedges or bushes where you're walking. Any idea what it is? Someone's put queen and lace. Somebody put the right name. Well done. I'll give you a clue. Moo. That's the first word. Which animal goes moo? It's actually a cow parsley, not cowslip. Somebody put cowslip. Cow parsley. So well done. If you're out and about this week and you see cow parsley, or you see an ox-eye daisy, or maybe you see some ivy, you can remember the names. And later on, I'm going to explain a bit more about a nature challenge where you've got to go outside and be nature detectives using your binoculars or your magnifying glass to go and search for other wild plants. But let's get back to the presentation I'm going to share with you again, and hopefully Zoom will be working for me. Okay, so I'm going to move this down here. Let's go on to We looked at all of these things over the last few weeks, and I was going to ask you which your favourite one is, but I think we will leave that until the end. So, every week in our class, we have a treasure hunt where you have to go into your house and find something. Now, today we are looking at plants. We're looking at wild plants, but I wanted to explain to you what the difference was between a wild plant and a domestic plant, or a plant that has been planted by a person for a reason. So what I want you to do now is I'm going to give you 10 seconds, and you've got to run around your house and see if you can find any plants. Hopefully you might have an indoor plant, or if you have to quickly run to the garden and maybe be able to find a wild plant. But you can look for either an indoor domestic plant or a wild plant, and then you need to bring it back to your computer and show me. I'm going to get you to switch your videos on so I can see all of the plants that you've got. But I'm going to do a countdown from 10 to 0. By the time I get to 0, you need to make sure you're back in front of the computer. Are you ready? Are you steady? Go and collect your plants. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. As fast as you can, bring your plants back. 2. And then in a minute, I'm going to get everyone to see if they can turn their videos on. 1 and 0. Okay, let's see everybody's plants. Wow. Amazing. I can see lots of indoor plants, some wild plants. Don't worry about the audio, because if you're new to today's class, I don't get you to turn your audio on because it gets too overwhelming. But occasionally we do turn our videos on. Wow, look, oh, I can see oxeye daisies. Amazing. Oh, foxgloves, wonderful. I can see some lilies, lavender. Fantastic. Okay, I'm just going to move the screen along because we've got even more people. Let's see along here. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to put my plants down, and someone's got a Venus flytrap. That is so cool. My daughter really wants one of those. I am going to. I don't want to turn off your video because it's so nice to see all your faces. The only problem is the internet might go a little bit and explode if I don't turn it off. So we'll keep it on just for one more minute. You can have a look. Can you see each other's wild plants and indoor plants? Can you see them? Thumbs up if you can see them. Can you see everybody else's? That's so cool. Wonderful. Okay, in a minute, I'm going to say goodbye. I'll turn off all your videos and I'm going to show you what indoor plants I've got. And then I'm going to show you the difference between indoor and outdoor plants. Okay, so after 3, I'll say goodbye. 3, 2, 1, goodbye. If you could turn off your videos, that would be great. If you know how to do it, hopefully. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, they're all going. And goodbye. Wonderful. So here is mine. I'm going to stop sharing there for a moment. Go to here, share. Okay, hopefully you can just see me now. I'm going to ask this person to stop their video. Brilliant. I have got here, this is my own, it's not a wild plant, it's a domestic plant. And this is called, I wonder if anybody knows what it is. I'll give you a clue. It's actually linked to an animal. Any clues what it could be? It's not spider. That will be. Somebody got it. Somebody got it. Well done. It's actually I'm going to write it down and see if you can read the word. Are you ready? This is the name of my indoor plant. It's a snake plant. Snake. If you can write snake on your board, that would be wonderful. And if you want to draw a tiny snake next to it like this, we'll do up and down like this. you can remember snake plant. Why do you think it's called a snake plant? I'll keep this here for the moment. By the way, remember at the end, I'm going to see your board. So if you want to write it or draw the picture, that is wonderful. Why do you think it's called a snake plant? Maybe it's because the leaves are all curly and loopy, just like a snake. And this snake plant, actually, I didn't look after it very well, but then suddenly, a few weeks ago, it bloomed all these beautiful white flowers and it smelt gorgeous. And apparently, sometimes if you don't look after it very well, it can start to flower. So there you go. Who knew? Next, I'm going to show you another plant. I wonder if you know. We've already seen this is an indoor version, but actually, I showed you earlier the outdoor version. Are you ready? What is this one? Yeah, somebody wrote in the chat already. What is it? Can you, I tell you what, I know that I can't actually hear you, but if you shout loud enough, maybe I'll be able to hear you even all the way from Shropshire where I live. Are you ready? One, two, three. It's an ivy plants. Excellent. Now, ivy plants are one of my favourite indoor plants because they're difficult to kill them. They seem to last even if you don't put lots of water on and even if you don't take care of them. Brilliant, my ivy plant. Okay, and the last one, I'm going to turn the video off and see if I can do it up close again. You ready? This is my last one to guess. Okay. I'm going to hold it really close. Can you see what this plant is? Someone said, my cousin's called Ivy. Oh, that's nice. It is, well done. It's actually a spider plant. Now, do you see these little guys here? I wasn't sure why it's called a spider plant. Obviously, it's got like lots of long legs, but when I saw the babies that have been growing, they do look just like little spiders. And these are the baby plants. We've got new ones growing. I could actually create my own spider plant farm with those amount of spider plants. So I hope that you know the name of the plant that you've got indoors. And we're going to have another look now at why are wild plants wild, and why are domestic plants domestic. So hopefully you can see my screen. It's all gone crazy today. I was practicing for ages with Zoom. I hope you can see my face still, hopefully. So wild plants are plants that grow all by themselves without anyone taking care of them. We've got, what's this one? Oxeye daisies. We've got these ones are horrid. My daughter always walks past these plants when we're out and about. What are they called? Yep, stinging nettles, exactly. Does anybody know this long pink one? I saw somebody on the video today had one in their house, which is quite unusual. Does anybody know the name of that pink flower? I'm going to look in the chat. Let's see. Oh, yeah, someone said it's true. Well done. It is actually a foxglove. Foxglove. So why don't we have a practice of writing that word? Hopefully you can see my screen because I can't see myself. Stop it for a moment. Let's try foxglove together. Fox is an easy one because it's exactly written the way that it looks. Fox. Let's see if you can write it by yourself first. I'll count to 10. Let's see if you can write fox and then we'll do the glove part together. 1, 2. Can you write fox? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fox. Brilliant. Okay, and I'm going to write glove and you can write along with me if you want. Fox glove. I don't actually know why it's called a foxglove. Maybe they look like little mittens that a fox would wear. Foxglove. Excellent. At the end, you can show me all of your writing. Let's go back to the presentation again. Somebody's written in the chat. Let's have a look about foxgloves. Let's see. Foxglove. Excellent. Okay, let's carry on learning a little bit more about these wild plants. So, the crazy thing about these plants is they pop up everywhere, in forests, in fields, in gardens, in Cracks in the pavement everywhere they pop up. So let's have a look at some other strange places where these plants will pop up, the wild plants. You might find one even in your sink. Oh my goodness. I don't think that sink has been used for a very long time. So I guess where there's light and there's moisture and water, plants can grow. A wild plant. And let's have a look here. Even inside someone's car, we have a wild plant that's grown there. The seed has managed to find some moisture and some light and has started growing. I don't think that car has been used for a very long time. And let's have a look at some more pictures of wild plants. They can be berries. And sometimes they are just beautiful flowers. If you've seen a whole meadow of wild flowers, we looked at bees last week. Do you remember how many wild flowers? How many? If you were not here last week, don't worry. But if you were, how many wild flowers does one honeybee need to visit to fill its honey stomach? Can you remember how many? Let's see in the chat. Yes, somebody said it already. Excellent. 1,000. A bee needs to visit 1,000 wildflowers and then go back to the hive and empty its honey stomach. If you haven't watched that video already and you would like to watch it on replay, I can send you the link and you can find out more about how bees make honey. It is amazing. I'm just going to write 1,000 in the chat to make sure everybody's got it right. Excellent. 1,000. Write it down. 1,000 flowers. Excellent. Okay, I'm back to my presentation again. Let's go here. So, some of these wildflowers are quite dangerous. So you have to be careful when you do your nature challenge this week. Make sure, I'm sure you know already, but just make sure you don't eat any wildflowers or wild plants, and make sure you wash your hands after you have been touching them. Some might be prickly and some might make you very, very, very sick. So you must always speak to your adult or parent, whoever is around. We were going to practice drawing one of these wildflowers. Let me see. Do we have time? Yeah, let's give it a go. What I want you to do is get your whiteboard and we're going to practice drawing. Let's find this one. I'll stop sharing so you can see. Right. We're going to practice drawing this wildflower and I want you to see if you can guess which one it is. We're going to start off with a little dot, just like that, on your paper, if you can copy that. And then we're going to do a very faint circle. You don't have to press hard. If you've got a pen, it's quite tricky, but hopefully be able to copy mine in the same way. A very faint circle on the outside. Some of you probably already guessed what this is. And then I want you to try a wavy line like this. And after you've done your wavy line, you're going to do thinner lines. So with a pen, you have to do a fast dash like this. Like this. Whoop, whoop. I'm sure you've guessed what it is by now, haven't you? How many thin lines can you get in there? Hopefully you can see me. And then we're going to add some little seed heads, just like this. Can you try that? And then, just check that I'm on the right screen. There we go. Hopefully you can see me. Yeah, somebody's already written, they know what it is. Now, this is, I think that although this picture is very simple, it actually looks really realistic. And if you want to try it afterwards with paper and a pencil, you can give it a go. I'm not going to carry on doing mine forever because it will take me ages, but you can fill in all the gaps. Maybe after the class, you can practice drawing a small dandelion using a pencil, maybe with a pen as well. And then you could colour it in, maybe do the green of the stalk. And then afterwards, you can do a little few of these, which is basically the dandelion seeds flying away in the wind. Don't worry if you haven't got time to finish it now. We have to crack on to our next activity. But at the end, you can show me how far you got with this plant, which is a, can you shout it? It's a dandelion. Very good job, a dandelion. Okay, I am going to go back over here again. Okay, let's share again from the beginning. I promise you, one of these weeks I will have just normal Zoom. Every week I'm trying something different and it always kind of doesn't quite work. So I'm going to share with you now one of my favorite. Now, it's actually not the favorite of some farmers because it's a bit invasive. And invasive means that it can spread where people don't want it. And this is the difference between a wild plant and a weed. A wild plant is a plant that grows naturally, but it's wanted. Whereas a weed is a plant that grows naturally, but it's not wanted. Now, this plant, I consider it to be a wildflower because I think it's very beautiful, but some people might say it's a weed because it spreads really quickly and can take over other plants. Would you like to have a look at it? Look at it. It looks very, very normal and beautiful. It grows very tall, almost 2 meters tall. It's called a Himalayan balsam. And Americans call it a touch me not. Touch me not. And you'll see in a minute why it's called that. I'm going to share a video with you all about this plant. And then you can see why it's called Touch Me Not. They grow in the UK and they're growing in June. They're starting to grow now. And by July, they should be their full height. So when you go on your walks this week, have a look for this Himalayan balsam or Touch Me Not. Are you ready? Let's have a look at this plant. Hopefully it's going to work. Hopefully the sound's going to work. Let me go down to here. I'm just going to check the sound is working. Yes, share. Brilliant. Okay.
Violet flower seeds are crammed into a special pod. As the pod dries out, the pressure is intense. Eventually, something's got to give.
I'm just pausing it to let you know that this first plant is not actually the Himalayan balsam. It's a different plant, but it just shows how the same kind of process of catapulting. And the next one is going to be the Himalayan balsam, okay? So keep watching.
Touch-me-nots are even more highly sprung.
These are them touch-me-nots, but we call them Himalayan balsams.
The slightest contact triggers a chain reaction. Seeds light up the sky like a fireworks display.
Okay, I will stop there. Oh my goodness. So if you see the out and about, the Himalayan balsams, at the moment they're growing, so they're too small to be able to explode. But next month in July, you'll be able to see them full height. And if you touch them with your finger, Grace and I love doing this in summertime. If you touch them just slightly with your finger and they're ready, they catapult and explode. Let's practice writing that word. It's a really long one, but let's try it. Catapult. How many sounds? Let's practice. Catapult. It's got 3 syllables, 3 sounds. Syllable is just a fancy way of saying beats. Catapult. Okay, someone said they can hear but couldn't see the video. Oh, I hope you were able to see it. Can you say yes if you could see it? In the chat, let me know if oh, you were. Phew. Hopefully, that's good. I was thinking I'm just sitting there and you're just watching me. Great. Okay, catapult. 3 sounds. Let's try it together. Cat. I'm not going to show you cat because I think some of you might be able to write cat on your own. Cat. Pult. Oh, some people were saying no, they couldn't see the video. Oh dear. I'm really sorry. I will send you the video I will send parents the video on the email so you can have a look at it. Right, catapult. Let's see if you're able to write it along with Sarah. Catapult, just like that. Don't worry if you haven't got it, or don't worry if you don't feel like writing today, that's completely fine. I am going to go back to my presentation and let's go to next slide along to explain a little bit why these plants are catapulting. So why do you think they are invasive? So they spread really, really quickly. Why do you think that they're able to catapult? Okay, so here it says the seed pods burst open and the seeds shoot up to 7 meters away because it helps the plants to spread rapidly, which means to spread very, very quickly. Okay, I can see we are running out of time. So let's have a look at this week's nature challenge. Who's up for a challenge? Who's going to go and do some nature adventuring this week? And then next week, you can share with me your photos and I can see what you've got up to. So maybe you've got some binoculars, maybe you've got a magnifying glass. You will need, oh, I'm going to go back to that screen for a moment. The first part of the challenge is I want you to go outside and look for wildflowers. Grace and I found so many different ones. I don't know if you can see me on the screen at the moment, so I'll stop sharing again. We found all different types of ones. We know the names of many of them, but some of them we don't. So today we're going to investigate them, use our magnifying glass. We picked ones that there were many of in a field. So for example, this beautiful one, there were hundreds of them growing up a wall. So that's why we want to leave some of them so other people can enjoy them as well. But we're going to have a look at them and find out the names of them. And then the second thing I want you to do, you will need, go back to my screen again, seamlessly. You will need some of this food dye, food colouring, if you've got any. You will need an ox-eye daisy because ox-eye daisies are the best for capillary action. Capillary action is basically when a plant sucks up water and it goes into its leaves and its petals. It's how the water moves along the stem. It's called capillary action. And with your ox-eye daisy, you're going to take your food colouring, you're going to put in 10 drops into a vase. Not a lot of water, about 2 centimetres of water. 10 drops of food colouring, and then take your ox-eye daisy, if you're able to find one. You're going to snip the end on a diagonal. So not straight, but on a diagonal. That means it gives more room for the water and the food colouring to go up the stem. And then you're basically going to put it in and see what happens. Maybe it will take a few days. Maybe it will take just overnight. We already saw a change overnight, so I'll just share with you. Maybe you can see the blue is already forming. So next week, if you can share with me your photos, that will be wonderful if you practice this capillary action. I'm going to send all the parents who are members, you will get the class recording from today, you'll get the activity sheet with all the activities we've done, plus some more to try this week. And if you're new today, sorry it was a little bit all over the place. I kind of had to make up some bits as I went along because my presentation wasn't working as I wanted. But that's life. Hopefully you learned something new today, all about wild plants, domestic plants, and next week we're going to look a bit more about this capillary action and how water and earth and soil helps plants to grow. So if you want to continue, you can please send me an email and I would love to see lots of you again next week for our English in Nature. I hope you have a wonderful day. Before we go, I'm going to turn on your cameras. One last time, you can give me a big wave. Let me go over here and check that everyone can turn their cameras on, hopefully. Right, you can start turning them on. Can you turn your videos on, hopefully, to give me a wave before you go? I know we've gone over time today. Let me see. Cameras on. Right. Let's see. Are you able to turn it on? Hopefully. Let's request. Start video. Yes, it's working. Thank goodness. Phew. Sorry about the technical hitches today, everybody. Can I see your boards? Let's see. Wow, somebody did beautiful. Dandelions, a snake, foxglove, June. That is amazing. So many did such wonderful work on your boards. And I hope next week I will get some photos with your capillary reactions on here too. Wonderful. I'm going to shout goodbye. Sorry, parents, that I've gone over today. After three, can you shout goodbye really loudly? And maybe here in Shropshire, I can hear you. Are you ready? One, two, three. Goodbye. Oh my gosh, that was so loud. Goodbye, everybody. Have a lovely day.